Hey folks, welcome back to the channel and our next gunsmith video, this time part 20, the M1A. There's a couple of barters in here that you need to know about, otherwise it's pretty straightforward and it's easier than it used to be, so we redid it. Let's not waste any more time, get right into it. Okay, so gunsmith part 20, he has some pretty specific things in here. It wants the Ultimac M8, forward optic mount, Night Force ATACR, scope, the Micro T1 reflex sight, the Holosun tactical device, and a 20 round mag, or go over 20 recoil under 400, and a total weight of 7.3. I just bought mine off a mechanic. If you're high enough level, you can just buy it off him for 76,000. Otherwise, the next thing is, I believe, Peacekeeper. There are a couple of barters, but for example, this one isn't great because you have a bunch of parts you don't need. And then this one is not great because USBs are super expensive right now. And then the other one, this one is also not what you want because it's not just has a longer barrel, other issues. So just buy your one, or if you get one out of raid or whatever, that's fine. This is the one off of mechanic though. Now, before we go any further, I will do a parts list for the people that just want to see that screen. Let me open it up real quick. This is the assembled parts list right here. My head's not in the way, so good. This is everything you're going to need. But don't go buy this Ultimac. God damn it. Don't do it. Don't buy this. Somebody's going to bitch in the comments. I know. Well, you didn't tell me not to buy it. Yes, I did. You just didn't listen. So don't go buy this, because this is the barter. This is the important one. So that's what we're actually going to do first before we build anything. So we have that part. That barter is on mechanic loyalty level 2. Now this task requires level 37. So I'm going to assume you have at least level 3 mechanic and probably level 4 mostly everything else. But this is just on level 2, so it's no big deal. It is 3 printed circuit boards right here. Easy. 30K. You do that. 30, 40, maybe 50K if circuit boards are really expensive. But it's a lot better than spending 280 or 300K. Or 500K or whatever people are charging for it. So that's one of the parts. Now the other part is the UTGP4 point, and it just depends on when in the wipe you're doing this. Sometimes this is expensive, sometimes it's not. It is also a loyalty level 2 barter on mechanic. It is right here. It's straightforward. These are cheap on the flea market right now. It's not too big, and you can buy it off mechanic for 10K. And there's also another one on Peacekeeper loyalty level 2. If that's more your flavor. This is probably 20K, give or take, versus mechanics, which this one's about 30K. After that, everything is pretty much purchasable. The only thing that might make you hang up a little bit, and I'll get to it, is this T1 sight that you get off of Peacekeeper. Now it's down here, an Aimpoint Micro T1 sight. If you can buy it off of, because you have to have loyalty level 3 Peacekeeper to get it. If you can't, it's cheap right now. I have seen this push like 50 or 60K when it sells out. So just keep that in mind. If it is really expensive, maybe wait a day to do the task because it will get cheaper again. And the only other one that I want to bring up is the Night Force. It isn't expensive. It's not expensive right now. There is a barter for it, but this barter is like 70K, maybe 80K, and you can just buy the scope for 45,000 right off the flea market. Well, sometimes more expensive, but don't worry about that. The other thing I want to bring up is the scope mount doesn't matter that much. Just buy whichever is cheapest for you. That's why I buy this one, because it's the cheapest. It's the highest up on the list, top of the list, right? It's cheapest. So I just buy that. But if you can't buy this, just search the scope and buy the cheapest 34 millimeter you can. That's all you need to do for this. After that, we'll go right into the build and we'll get her put together. Let me get the parts built. Gunsmith part 20, my preset here. There's everything you have on there, including the goofy clipped T1 optic that is clipped through the scope. It's always been that way. They've never changed it, which I find funny, but it is what it is. Let me check the parts on here so you can see them. We'll buy our parts, and it's pretty self-explanatory build. It's not anything crazy. The only thing you have to do is really take off the top part that goes on the stock, which is the SOCOM. Oh no, you gotta take off the whole stock. Never mind, I'm sorry. You gotta take that off, take the mag out, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is just drop in place. You put the Archangel on, the M8. The T1 goes onto this AMM micro standard mount. You got to do that to put that on there. And then you put this on, and for some reason, it did not buy that stupid part. Probably because I have one in my inventory somewhere. So let me go in here real quick and buy this, this silly part off of the trader. We have it. I guess that was in my inventory somewhere. That clips onto there like that. And then the last thing is the mag, and you've got Gunsmith part 20 completed. So turning it in is pretty straightforward. It unlocks the rubber butt pad for the MOE carbine, which is an important thing, as well as the KAC QDC 762x51 muzzle brake, which is also a meta part. some euros and some XP, and away you go. But that's it. Again, as always, I hope this was helpful. I hope you walk you through it, got it a little bit cheaper, and you didn't break the bank build on this one. We'll wrap her up there, and we'll see you in the next video.